Hi everybody, welcome to another edition of James Jam. I'm Jam. This is my jam. And I have another video for you that will be a review, stop making faces at me, of this bag. And I think I'm going to call this series now. I'm going to make it a series. Is it going to be Marvelous, Maybe, or Might Not? For different bags that I review that I have in my collection, at least.
Did you just make that up now?
I did. I kept on thinking Marvelous or Maybe, and then I'm like, what could I say about the ones that we probably might not want? It might not. So all M's. So the bag I picked today is my Hudson bag. The Hudson came, I believe it came in a couple different varieties. Mine is an older one, and the reason that I picked this bag to go over is because I have been kind of talking a lot lately about, I've been getting questions. He's nodding his head because I've been talking a lot lately. Okay, I didn't even finish my thought here. I've been talking a lot lately about pre-loved bags and also about how good the quality is in older bags. And I figured kind of put my money where my mouth is. And so we're going to do my review of my Hudson. I have a tape measure here so I can measure. The Hudson bag was put out for a number of years from Louis Vuitton. Again, it comes in a couple different styles. I think I've seen it with handles, although that might just be the Manhattan. The Manhattan is a very, very similar bag. But this bag, I believe, is from the early 2000s, at least my version of it is. And I didn't really go look up the date code or anything on it because, frankly, I don't think it makes a difference. You either want to buy the bag or you don't, and you're going to look at it and you're not going to be like, oh man, I don't want to get that 2003 because Jamie showed a 2004, something like that. So you're mainly interested in the bag itself. So I didn't look that up. I do know it's an older bag. I do think that whoever had it before me took really good care of it. And I've had this now for, I want to say at least 3 years, maybe more. I love this bag. When I was growing up, there was always these ads for this one purse brand.
Was that black and white?
No.
Oh.
This one purse brand where like you could, I think you had coupons for it, you could send in for it. And it was this purse that had all these like zippers and pouches and things you could go into. And then it came with a checkbook cover and a mirror. And there was all kinds of stuff inside of it too. I found the ad one other time, but now I can't remember what it was. And
so
yes,
it's a dressy Bessie purse?
Like that, yeah. And so I've always been kind of attracted to something like that. So when I saw this bag, this was just right up my alley. Love this here. The two pouches on the outside with the little koala closure, and I like the size of the bag. I like that it's more of an east-west because that's always a big deal to me. So to get down to just the basics on it, I guess the sizes, I like to measure and show you because when I look online at stuff, it's not always what they say, which I get if you're Fashion File or something, but I'm not sure why the actual makers don't get the inches right all the time. But I'm going to say that this goes at about 12 inches across. And it does taper off at the top. But the bottom here I would give about 3 inches to. And then easier to show from the back. I'm just going to show the height here. The height is roughly 7.5 inches. So you saw that that is exactly what it's measuring to be. Now the bag itself, just to give it an odd embankment spin, you have the front here with the closure, the side, back side, missing a back pocket, that would be helpful, side. The bottom does not have feet, although man, this baby's beautiful. And then when you open it up, it does have this, and you do have to open this, it's not magnetic, it's an actual you know, like little belt here. You open it up, and I'm going to take out the dust bag and the moisture packet and the strap. So the strap's a little bit different than a lot of the, as I take part of it off, than a lot of the other straps. The strap It's like basically like a belt. And then it's got a section for the shoulder. This really shows the patina, how it has worn. I think when you look at this, it looks really nice and like it hasn't changed at all. But it has changed quite a bit. If you look at the strap there, you can see the color that it was originally. But beautiful color. I mean, people I know worry a lot of times about how the patina is going to be on the bag. And I think this is gorgeous. So that's how this one looks. So your bag can go a couple different ways. I usually keep it on the shortest section, basically like from here to here, because I like to either, I could probably flip it up on my shoulder, but mainly I like carrying everything pretty much, I've determined, in the crook of my arm, more so than anything, unless I can crossbody it. But obviously I can't crossbody this unless I put a different strap on it. And as you can see, there are two nice big buckles here. So you could actually put any kind of strap you want on it. And it's super easy to do. I know a lot of other bags don't have that capability, and this one does. So for that, I love it. The interior, again, just to get back to that, is kind of this, I guess is it like a microfiber? Mine is super clean inside. It's a big open compartment. It has one slip pocket, and that's it. Not a whole lot more to it. The little compartments here open up real simple, and the inside of the pocket was attached to the original outside of the bag. However, the back side of the pockets do have that microfiber lining as well, which is kind of nice in case you put something in there that could get scratched, although there's the metal plate from the koala closure as well, so you still probably want to be relatively careful. What does this all fit? Well, I always like to just compare what I would put in my bags. And okay, we all know what size our phones are now. Easily you could put that into the slip pocket here or into the bag itself. Now, I like to carry around, every time I have a bag, a card holder. I have a key clay. I have, I'm sorry, a key holder and a key clay. I like using these for my change. I always have some type of wallet. I use this one as like a medium-sized wallet to show you here. I also usually have my mini pochette to put odds and ends in. And if you look in here, there is still a lot more room. You could put in a pair of glasses. Obviously, your phone would still fit, even though I don't have one in here. I could put in reading glasses, sunglasses, my phone.
A sandwich?
Maybe a calendar, and I'd still have plenty of room. Not to mention the fact that some of the things I put in my pochette, mini pochette, I might put here. Like I have a little pill container that would go in here. Gum does fit in here as well. So it fits quite a bit. Now, I'm not quite sure why they have the two different sizes on here. I mean, I guess if you wanted to close it up on this smallest, or leaving you the most room here, you could. And I guess that would be, if you had this full to the top and you had something that was really tall that you wanted to still be able to put in there, you could. I don't usually like to walk around with my bags open so that you see through the sides, but I guess you could. I always do mine on the furthest up buckle.
Sometimes, though, when you go to the buffet, you like to have that extra notch.
Yeah, The only thing is, the one thing that I will say is fussy about this is the buckle. So it takes a little bit. You want to make sure that you have it in there. Otherwise, if you're trying to put this in and it's not full enough, you kind of got to really watch what you're doing to get, like you could fiddle like I'm just doing. That being said, if you just put it in like that, you still have the flap then at least closed. So it'd be pretty obvious if they were trying to get in your purse, and it does this. So I think you're pretty protected. If you don't close it all the way up, you're not going to have, it'd be pretty interesting for a person to be able to get in here. Now, as you can see, when there is stuff in here or there's not, it does fold forward a little bit here. I I don't know if that's because I don't fill it all the way up with stuff all the time. I would say I do definitely keep it a little more full than this because, I mean, if you look at this, there's room all over for a sandwich or whatever else you might want to put in here. I mean, I swear you could almost get a bottle of water in here, especially if you pulled it down, you know, had it up like this. Don't know how, but you know, it was a thin bottle of water. But the canvas on this is awesome. It is very, very substantial. I have a newer bag right here, and the canvas is noticeably different. I do think that obviously this one is a little bit lighter. That could come with, you know, being in the light. I do think that this might be a hair shinier, but it just feels thicker than this. So if I hang on to this and then I hang on to this, the canvas on my older bag feels more substantial. It feels like it's gonna last longer. So that's something to take into consideration. There is stitching, not a lot that shows up, but you do have a stitch line right to the side. Okay, there's one immediately along the piping. And then there's another one, you know, about, I would say, what is that, 1/4 of an inch to the side of the piping, all the way along there. That does not continue to the back. It is only like a reinforcement for the top, probably to attach the microfiber. There also is that same stitching on the pockets, which is why I believe it's to attach the microfiber on here. I have no pop stitches. Everything is perfect. The stitching is perfect on here. They're reinforced leather on the sides here for the buckles. The buckles even feel way more substantial than they do on newer things. So all in all, I think this is a fantastic bag. Would I call this marvelous? Maybe or might not. I'm gonna go. The only downfall I can find on this is that closure being a little more difficult. And if that's all I can find, I gotta go with marvelous. I think this is a phenomenal bag. The price points on it have went up just a tad. I think they used to hover more around the $600 mark. I think they're a little bit higher right now, around usually around $800. I can't see paying more than that for this. There seem to be a lot of these around. These are the Manhattans. I like the Manhattans as well. Like I said, they're almost, not the same bag, but they're very, very similar bag. But I just like the Hudsons a little bit more. And so I got this, but I don't think you could go wrong with either one. Yeah, so that is my review of this bag. I think it's marvelous. I would recommend it, especially if you're dipping your toes into luxury. You don't want to spend, would you stop? You don't want to spend, up to $1,000 on anything, but you'd like to have something that was substantial and luxury. And to me, this does not look dated. So I know now they're not making this exact closure anymore, or probably aren't, but I don't know how that makes a difference. It doesn't look much different than what they are using. Excuse me. So yeah, I think it's a really, really good starter bag, but also if you just really like Louis Vuitton and are looking for something new to add to your collection, but you really don't want to pay the prices now, because man, the canvas bags now are getting up over $2,000. This is your way to go. This is definitely your way to go. So, again, that's my review. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments down below, or just leave me a comment. I love interacting with everybody down in the comments. Really means a lot to me and helps me get to know everybody just a little bit better. If you haven't already, you can find me over on Instagram. I'm at James Jam there as well. It's JAME_S_Jam. I usually post about once a week there, kind of showing you my bag of the week and what fits in my bag. So you'll see a lot of these, and I think those are helpful. I do Insta Reels. I think they're important because they help show you what can fit in a bag. So when I'm showing you my bag spill, everything that you see goes into the bag and fits. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. and you can hit the little the little bell notification. Then you get notified every time I upload if everything's working correctly, because I know some people I have the little bells for and don't get to see everything that they have coming up. But you know, it's a work in progress, I'm sure. And until next time, please do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.